Hi, this is Dave Knopp, Director of Assessment. In our last session, we talked about Bloom's taxonomy and the different levels of the cognitive domain. What I'd like to accomplish in this session is to talk to you as you're preparing a syllabus, revising the course objectives or competencies in a course, or if you've been given a syllabus that you don't have a lot of say in those competencies in the wording of them. I do think it's important as you have the competencies that you want your students to accomplish to try to determine at what level of Bloom's are you expecting, or is the syllabus expecting, the students to be at. And so I think it really is useful for us to have a discussion about what some of the verbs that might be used for these different levels of the cognitive domain of Bloom's taxonomy. For example, in the knowledge, we're just again asking, really, what is it that they know? And so when you see a course objective or competency, it just says the student should be able to list or define or describe or identify. Basically all we're asking for at that is the cognitive domain. What does a student know? If we're up to the comprehension, you might see verbs that say more about the student should be able to explain, to summarize, to reword something, to say that there's more than just knowledge I know, but I'm now able to comprehend, understand. Understand would also be a good verb in here. For application, the verbs that you might see are the student should be able to use, should be able to solve, should be able to produce. Here we're actually asking them to be able to apply that situation, so apply would be a good verb as well. In the analysis, here you might see the student to analyze, to compare and contrast, to be able to examine. So at this point we are now getting to the higher order level of thinking, and so more is expected from the students at these levels. Number 5, synthesis. Now we're asking them to again produce, create, develop, design something. We're asking them to contribute an original piece of work or a contribution to the field. And in evaluation, the highest order of thinking in Bloom's taxonomy, here we might be asking the students to review, to judge, to justify, to assess. So as you see your syllabus and you pay attention to those verbs, because that gives you a guidance to what level of learning in Bloom's taxonomy. And that should then help you down the road as you're thinking about the assignments and the assessments that you have in class and perhaps how to write some of your test questions, etc.